Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in this replay review of a famous Warcraft 3 persons. Today, we are going to inspect Wtii. Yes, Wtii, British, if I'm correct. Well-known YouTuber, the custom game guys, but Wtii is also a very good Warcraft 3 player. And recently, he has been playing ladder on Warcraft 3 Champions. Wtii is playing as a random player, and let me tell you that he's very OG and he knows a lot of strategies. I have seen playing like with Orc like this Shadow Hunter, Pit Lord, Tower Rush, what Mr. Tower Taker used to play a lot. And in this game, I'm here because I saw that Wtii is willing to give Paladin Rifle a try. And let me tell you, he's not playing Paladin Rifle all the time. He's not one of those Paladin Rifle abusers like me, or as I used to be. But he just wants to, play a strategy, It's like, that all of those, like, millionaires, billionaires, they have multiple cars. Why do they have multiple cars? Just to enjoy a different car, not maybe every day, but, just not to drive one. It's the same with the Warcraft 3 strategies. You have a cool working Archmage Footman strategy, but Mr. Wtii also wants to try his Paladin Rifle. And he's playing random. So his opponent, the Orc here, he doesn't know Mr. Wtii race. And because he doesn't know the Wtii race, he can open with a bad hero. And let me tell you, Blade Master, if you play Mirror Image is okay, but if you play Windwalk, is not that great versus Paladin Rifle. Of course, it still can be good, but you need to know exactly how to play it. So, if somebody would tell me, Saul, you are going to play Paladin Rifle versus a guy that plays a Blade Master Windwalk, I would say, yay! Give me more of that. And is it Windwalk? Yes, it's Windwalk. Mr. Green Orc is going into the Windwalk form. He's waiting to attack for the first time. No ensnare, that's pretty good. Mr. Wheat is playing Scout Farm versus Orc. This is giga risky. I would never go for the Scout Farm versus Orc because in 95% cases, the Orc will just cross the map with Farseer and he will kill your Scout Farm early. So, ladies and gentlemen, so far, slow start of the game. Both players are just creeping, as Mr. Neo from Back to Warcraft says. Welcome to the Creepcraft. Nice Holy Light usage by Mr. Wtii. So far, so good. The Green Nidelf crept everything. Also, if you play like Blade Master versus Nidelf, you don't creep everything, you just fight for the items. For example, he'll get the Circlet. But when you play Blade Master Windwalk, you need to think about your winning conditions. And he doesn't even know what he's playing against. And before you close this video, because you say, Saul, this is boring, there are some low MMR players. No! These like top 7, top 8% of Warcraft champions are both very good players. It's not a weird opener by Mr. Green Orc, and it's because Mr. Wheat is playing random. Remember, playing random is hard, so being rewarded by your opponent not being able to make a perfect opener, that's pretty good. Speaking about that, Mr. LL wants to get the last hit, but last hit goes to the Orc. And ladies and gentlemen, not that good start of Mr. Wheaty. He got outmaneuvered a little bit. And he still doesn't have level 2. Level 2 is important for Paladin, for the Aura, but this Blade Master is very good. He's cooking. You may say, Saul, you said that this opener is not good, but this opener feels so good on paper. Yes, creeping versus Blade Master is very hard. Sometimes when I play Paladin Rifle versus Blade Master like that, I just cross them up and I attack his shop. Because it's better than just giving experience for him for free. We don't want that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulApe and I'm an ape, and I wonder what is going to happen here. Ooh, Boots of Speed! If I see Boots of Speed on my opponent Blade Master, I go Divine Shield. I go Divine Shield, ladies and gentlemen, because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm expecting Shadow Hunter right-clicks on the Paladin. Mr. Wheaty is enraged! He bought Boots of Speed himself. When do you buy Boots of Speed as Paladin? If you want to deal a lot of damage with Paladin and chase headhunters, but there is no headhunters in this game. So I don't really agree with Boots of Speed here. Why? Because we can go Divine Shield. By maybe Mr. Wheaty's idea, so I want to go the Aura. If I have the Aura, then my Paladin is fragile, and I need to save him with Boots of Speed. This is an idea, but I think saving 250 gold and going for Divine Shield would be better. So far, so good for Mr. Wtii. His tech was okay. Okay timing on the tech. That's not good. This is not like a good or a bad thing. It's okay. And ladies and gentlemen, what is happening now? What is happening now? We have Blade Master that is still creeping with grunts. We have Bestiary and Warmill. It means Kodo Beasts and Raiders, I presume. Brute Strength. I like what this orc is doing. I will explain you why. Headhunters, they deal piercing damage. And ladies and gentlemen, piercing damage was nerf versus heavy armor, and this is exactly what grunts they have. But exactly what Mr. Wtii has as well is level 3 Paladin, which is amazing, but this Blade Master is quick with all of this inventory, with all of those boots. It's paying off for now. Tower and Chieftain second, that's interesting, but man, Wtii is like ready for that, but he's like, okay, there's Tower and Chieftain, there is probably Stop. He plays Shockwave? Mr. Green Orc, you don't play Shockwave here. I mean, if you get level 3 and you want to lame, okay, Shockwave is okay, but the movement of the Green Orc tells me that he wants to fight, and I don't agree with this decision for now. And what's now, ladies and gentlemen? What's now? We have Blood Mage on the way. Long rifle range is probably done. Mr. Wtii a little bit forget his +1. It happens, +1. So this black gunpowder is one of the cheapest upgrades. And Mr. Wtii knows that we are on Concealed Hill for a reason. And Concealed Hill theme is to creep the middle. Is Mr. Wtii going to make a successful pull? The rifles, they have low range, and he is forced into creeping. In usual, you try to pull the Orc Lord into the tavern, but ladies and gentlemen, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It could be better. Somebody blocks for Mr. Wtii, that's very nice, but the issue is that Orc Lord escaped. And if the orc would be close, right, his opponent, he would be able to steal it. So it could backfire. It could backfire really, really hard. But for now, Mr. Wtii is realizing the game plan well. He's going for +2 upgrades. That's good. And ladies and gentlemen, Undead Aura is amazing. People often complain about Paladin Rifle being slow, and Undead Aura helps with that. What is the orc doing? Raiders, grunts. This is what I call a hybrid laming army, or maybe even to be. Mass Raiders is a pure laming army. When you have a lot of grunts, that's still army that can fight, because grunts are very good versus rifles. But you need to have a lot of them, and this Tower and Chieftain is just on level 1, man. Blade Master got level 3, that's good, but Mr. Wtii is going in. He's going for what I call a Brute Force strategy. Brute Strength is the upgrade. And he knows, okay, Holy Light, this is playing Flame Strike. No! Flame Strike is the bad decision! We've banished Mr. Wtii, would won the game here, and now, even though, you know, Paladin has a lot of mana, he can't remove mana from the Orc, and Orc can just use mana in his way. Okay, but Blood Mage is back, but remember, Blood Mage will be fragile again, and he needs 25 mana to start his mana siphon ability. Ladies and gentlemen, the grunts versus rifles are going in, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Blade Master is here, Shockwave used. Okay, Blade Master is chasing Paladin, so Paladin can't heal, and all of those grunts with their auto attacks, they're connecting. Shockwave is very small, deals very little damage. Okay, Kodo Beast would like to devour something. This game is heating up. How is Mr. Wtii macro? Versus that many grunts, I recommend adding Arcane Sanctum, right, and going tier 3. Because then Orc has nothing to do against that. You don't need Gryphons, you just need some priests, some sword ladies, and you need Mount Yanking and Staff of Sanctuary, and you have time for that. Just massing rifles may backfire, and Mr. Wtii is power building the shop. Why? Because he has a lot of units on red HP, and he would like to add a lot of HP to his units with the Scroll of Regen. But man, Orc is non-stop attacking. Do we have an expansion? No, why you go tier 3, Mr. Green Orc? Expansion would be much better. Kodo Beast has fallen, by the way. Green Orc wants to creep. There is mayhem everywhere. Okay, interesting approach, but, you know, the game plan is back, right? Because I don't see any tier 3 technology that can help your army, right? If you'd play mass troll headhunters on tier 3, when orc reaches fortress, you can upgrade them to berserkers, right? But with Grand Raider is a tier 2 army. You just go for expansion and you just lame. Mr. Wtii has exactly 0 towers. If you are an orc player and you see 0 towers, you need to do one thing and one thing only. Lame. Until human has 0 workers and needs to make like 4 towers. Then you can stop laming because it's not worth it. In the meantime, Wtii is not wasting any time. The way inside of this red drake can be flute. And that's the flute, that's jackpot! Increases nearby range units damage by 7%, does not stack with True Shot Aura. Don't worry, we are playing human. We are not going to have a Priestess of the Moon with the original True Shot. We have, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful bonus to damage of rifles. That's super good for us. Okay, tier 3 for the orc. What Mr. Wtii is doing. Wtii is still on tier 2, he's going for the lumber mill, and he's pulling militia. And he's right. He's right. The brute force technology, he bought double scroll. He has scroll of protection, scroll of healing, give one to the blood mage, and that's what exactly he did. Mr. Wtii is so ready. I think he will just smash this orc, because yes, we are on tier 3. This blade master needs an orb of lightning. That's the only instant good thing that you get on tier 3, orb of lightning. But you have raiders as well for a snare. I don't know. Wtii is so ready. Wtii is so ready. Go Wtii War. Go. That's why people like to play Paladin Rifle, because the idea is simple, right? You just make a big army. He bought double sapper? Wtii bought double sapper? He wants to kill the main? Wtii wants to kill the main, but this main has 2500 HP. Or burrows. He wants to kill the burrows. It's a perfect block. Oh, that was so good. One more. The body block, and he detonated the workers. Mayhem in the orc base. But ladies and gentlemen, remember that you can kill the economy, but you need to also win the fight somehow. Flame strike used by Mr. Wtii, but it only tickles the grunts. And yes, that was a very nice double sapper usage. But yes, Mr. Orc has a lot of lumber, the green player, so he can just take his workers from lumber. He's going for reinforced defense. I mean, you don't even need it now. But Mr. Wtii is like, okay, money well spent. Money well spent, that was a good investment. And Mr. Wtii, I think, just cross the map and finish him. I would say that versus more experienced orc, he still may like Zeppelin drop you, shockwave, your peons and whatever. But no, this guy is very passive. He's not playing orc as a real orc player should. So always think about this way of attacking your opponent's economy. He's creeping. So he's preparing for the big fight, and he's creeping quite well because there is Orb of Lightning on the Blade Master, so there is no problem with the Drake. But Wtii regenerated a lot of HP, he regenerated a lot of mana, and he's coming back, and he wants to fight with Militia again. What was inside of the Red Drake? Round Bracers, literally worst item. It only helps you, I think, versus Flame Strike. And damage from Flame Strike to Tower and Chieftain is nothing. Literally nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Literally. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Wtii, who is like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm in my fighting position. Oh, Wtii knows where the orc is. Now he can regroup his army, right? So Blood Mage in front, Paladin in the back, split a little bit, make a shop here or a tower here, right? Because he brought his peons for a reason. Wtii has 700 gold, 500 lumber almost, so this is a perfect moment to start spending. Well, he makes lumber mill, sometimes you make lumber mill. Yes, look at this, he's making a surface and it works, look at this, he clanked up all of the orc units together with those freaking lumber mills. I never seen this myself. Wtii is so smart, this experience. You need to pop the invul though, pop the invul. Heal scroll is there, invul man, it worked. he was ahead anyway, but if you ever talk about finishing the game in style, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, if you ask me, Saul, how good is Mr. Wtii with a Paladin Rifle, let me tell you, he's pretty good. He played the standard version, and this body block at the end was crazy. Shout out to Mr. Wtii for playing ladder as a streamer. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, I will keep eye on him. There will be definitely cool games that he will have, and I will let you know. That was one of the replays of famous Warcraft 3 people playing Warcraft 3. And yes, shout out for Mr. Witty for being a very good player. Subscribe, like the video, and comment. See you in the next one. Bye.